Hello everyone, good morning and happy Bitcoin halving day. Today is a very, very special day and I've been drawn to this day for quite a while. Let me turn the music off here. Okay, the reason why I've been drawn to this today is because I've had something on my mind for quite a while and I want you guys to see what's going on and on this special day of the Bitcoin halving day, truly understand what is taking place. It's very clear that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are becoming very big. And I want to say thank you for being on this call here and sharing this with everyone else out there. And it's my intention to share with you where I see the future of blockchain. And I have felt this way now for, I'd say, probably over 4 or 5 years. And so, you guys, currently on the market, on CoinMarketCap, there's over 5,300 different cryptocurrencies out there on the exchanges. And this is, what this does is it creates competition. It's amazing that there's so many coins on the exchange right now. And when people are going to some coin, it's taking away the volume from other coins right there. Let me just adjust this slightly, guys. Okay, excuse me for a second. There you go. So when some coins are being used, it's taking away the market share of other coins. And what I'm going to propose today is that monetization is going to be the concrete foundation for cryptocurrency moving forward. The simple concept that means your network is your net worth, as Robert Kiyosaki once said. You guys, a lot of you have heard this as entrepreneurs and just motivated individuals out there. I thank you, all of you, for being in my life, and it's so great to connect. But it is so important for us to understand, keeping this quote in common: if not this, then what in life? If not Bitcoin, then what? If not blockchain, then what? It's not saying putting blockchain aside, but it's like, how do we add in addition to that to make a better system? We must create a better system right now. If not Facebook, then what? If not Google, then what? If not watching professional sports as they're viewed today, then what? If not watching movies, then what? If not listening to music this way, then what? So I have come up with a simple solution, everyone, and I welcome you all to be part of this, because once you know the truth, there's no going back at all. We have a lot of awakening minds taking place out there in the world right now, okay? So monetization, the reason why I believe that monetization is the future of blockchain is because there is 5,300 different cryptocurrencies. I'm invested in gold-backed cryptocurrency. A lot of you guys are, and I thought that asset-backed cryptocurrencies could be a potential way of the future, going back to a gold-backed, but it's not necessary at all. All you need is blockchain technology. What you need is a coin of the people, by the people, for the people. Hello, Daryl, Veronica, all you guys on the phone here today. Okay, so what that comes down to is having a social media network that the people own. And let me explain why here, because for the past 4.5 years, I'm speaking from experience here, I witnessed and was part of the world's first social media cryptocurrency. To date, LibraCoin is still not in existence. I'll just make a quick reference to this poster, this nice airbrush painting that my friend did for me over here, and he is most amazing. This dealt with freedom of speech. I've taken a stand for freedom of speech, and I think that we all can agree that we need freedom of speech. We have seen this last week that they have taken the movie about the COVID stuff and they have completely washed it off of YouTube. They've washed it off of, I was really surprised when I saw it taken off of the other video site also right there. What's it called? Vimeo, right? Vimeo, okay? And we created the world's first social media cryptocurrency. You can see the blockchains going off the horns. My friend Daryl made this right here, and in freedom of speech, you see the gag thing on here. We need freedom of speech. We all know that we need freedom of speech right now, everyone. And that is something we're standing for. That is priceless right there. So what I am working currently with a billionaire, and this guy is with Suponic. And you guys know, if you don't know what Suponic is, this is not trying to be sales pitching, but I want to have a proposition out to you, because this actually goes to the billionaire of Suponic right now, also Jay Park. Okay, so we have created over at Suponic the fastest cryptocurrency in history, first of all. You don't even need the fastest cryptocurrency in the history of the world to make what we're doing, but it's nice. It's a cherry on top. It's the icing on the cake, okay? It's the cherry on the icing on top of the cake, the birthday cake. All right, so here's the deal. So what we're doing, if you look at the gamification, let me just kind of give you a little history of what's going on right here. The gamification industry is a $250 billion a year industry. This is gaming. It's having fun. I honestly don't see anything wrong with gaming so much. It's a great way for people to connect. But one thing you'll see Suponic actually preaching now, we got products coming in, is selling these crypto shit. You see me wearing them all the time. We need to protect ourselves from the screens of our cell phones, for example. So this is an example of how a product will come into a social media grid system and how the earnings of that company will go back to the people, as I explained to you what a monetized social media network potentially can do. So keep this in mind, everyone. So we are doing that. And now the thing about it is that this is very, very important. So imagine a social media network. Okay, gracious. Let's go back to the gaming space again for a second. $250 billion a year, and that money is not going back to the people at all. That $250 billion a year, look at what all these companies have done and stuff. Like Call of Duty does $1 billion day one when they come out with a game, for example. Imagine if the majority of that money went back to the people. Imagine if the people, individuals could say, okay, well, I want to invest $20 into the next Call of Duty or something like that. It was broken down in the blockchain, and based off of the money that you put into it, the money would come back to you right there. Imagine that all the time people are buying things within the games. Like my daughters, they play Roblox. I every week I'm paying them $20 just to be good kids doing their homeschooling. I pay my daughter to educate the other one. I give them $20 a week, $10 each to go buy their Roblox digital stuff right there. It's a digital thing. Currency is going into the system, and it's seen as a digital currency within the system, but there's no digital currency itself. So at Suponic, we have the answer, which is the Suponic token, which does 68,000 transactions per second, which is 18,000 more transactions than Ripple, which is second place in the world right now. Heads up, MasterCard does like 25 million transactions per second, okay? So keep that in mind right there. Now, imagine if all that video game money went back to the people, $250 billion a year. Imagine what that would do with homelessness in Africa. So let's talk about the humanitarian efforts here. Let's talk about, we live in a day and age where the fiat money system is only worth 3 pennies on the dollar. That's a big issue right there, okay? So again, if not this, then what? Obviously, we need to move to a different money supply. Obviously, it's very clear with the censorship, we need to move away from the social media of Facebook, and the people need to own the social media network. There's no reason to put Mark Zuckerberg on this high pedestal, or Jack Dorsey of Twitter, and these guys are using, and Bill Gates, all these, they're using this stuff against us. So imagine if we take that money from the social media and all these digital tech companies, hello Nofi, and we brought that money and gave it back to the people. I live next to Microsoft. Look how many people are here and making $250,000 a year just being at Microsoft for 6 digits. So imagine that, guys. So my proposition right here, and I have now interviewing 5 different companies right now, and I can outline those briefly here, and because of my experience in the social media network and building networks of over 1 million people. Not to toot my own horn, but not many people can say that they've had a downline in a company of 1 million people ever in their entire lives, and I've done that. We built the world's first social media cryptocurrency. We drove that coin from 25 cents up to $25. We have gone ahead and fed the people across the globe with a foundation off of the social media networks with a humanitarian effort. I truly believe that you need to have a humanitarian effort. If you ever want to have the biggest success in the world, you have to give back to the people. You guys, this is a lengthy video. You don't have to savor the whole thing. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel below and catch the replay later on. But this is very important I lay this out. So you guys, again, Blockchain is just the beginning. Monetization is just equally as important. I'm not going to say it's more important because I don't want to offend anyone here. Okay, I'm not even going to say, but I will say that Bitcoin was just the introduction into the world. It does not have anything to do with monetization yet. It will, because it can go into this. So imagine right now I'm interviewing 5 different companies to produce a social media platform for Suponic Global. Okay. You guys, Suponic is backed by a billionaire. Go ahead and research Suponic, and you will see how big of a deal this is. Now, they're coming out with 300 games that you play on your smartphone that uses the cryptocurrency that pays the people. Imagine children going ahead and making money playing games all through grade school, through middle school, on Suponic, playing games, and that money, therefore, when they get out of high school, they've got adequate funds for their college if they choose to do that, even though I believe college should be free. We should not have to pay for an education financially. We should only pay for it. Knowledge should be free. It's the only price that is on it is the time that we put into it ourselves to acquire the knowledge, is my firm belief. And now when you make because money is a joke, the financial systems are a joke, and we bring in the serious financial system, which I'm talking about right now, a monetized network. Now you're talking about so much wealth distribution in the world. This is the answer. I'm 100% certain. And I welcome everyone to be part of this think tank right here. I don't like to use the word need ever in my life, but I welcome all the great minds, the Brock Pierces, the Roger Veres, the Antonio Anopoulos, and there say is Andreas Anopoulos. I welcome all the great cryptocurrency, the Winklevoss twins, to this concept right here. I welcome the global leaders of the world that are embracing cryptocurrency technology. It is time to set the world free right here. Okay, so you guys, imagine that because this is what we're doing, is creating a social media platform that we actually can market just with the games coming onto it. So people can see the games that people are playing within the network that are actually driving the cryptocurrency up in price, the Suponic coin up in price. Okay, because we want that. We want a coin that's going to go up in value, right? So now, imagine this, an uncensored and an encrypted social media network where you can have unlimited friends. That is very important because as what's his name said, Robert Kiyosaki said, your network is your net worth. So imagine a social media network you have unlimited friends, because Facebook wants you only have 5,000 so you can never be as strong as you potentially can in life. Now, imagine this is the world's first social media network that has a built-in, it's a CRM system, like a contact management system within it. It's a business thing that what it does, it's a contact management system like a Salesforce or something like this. These are billion-dollar niche. So take social media, bolt on for the first time in history, which I've created, a CRM system that it extracts the information out of everyone that you add onto the social media platform. This now becomes more dependable than your contact list on your phone, because as people add their phone number and they're updating their email addresses and where they work and where they live, it's constantly extracting that information off of their social media profile that they decide to put out there, like you have on your Facebook, and it comes as constantly updating, so you can actually call through an encrypted messenger the number, just like a WhatsApp or WeChat or Telegram. I already have this already done right now, by the way, guys. And then you could call these people. So it's extracting that information. But what also happens is when you enter into the social media network, you're placed, this isn't a binary compensation plan. So now we're talking about the social media grid where your network becomes your net worth. This is monetization. This is why I went to Egypt and stood in the presence of the pyramid, was to truly understand, just in awe, the strongest structure in the world. So you guys, again, if not this, then what? Obviously, you're going to attach a pyramid to that structure, to a social media platform to change the world. Okay? And I'll get to that why. Now, what happens is you tell more people about the network and they're signing up for free. No cost. They're coming to use the platform for free. And also because of the advertising money, again, think about this. Facebook is worth $285 billion right now, $250 billion plus right now. Imagine if 90% of that money went back to the people right there, right? So advertising money. So what I'm saying is we will be able to pay the free user, excuse me, to pay the free user to come on the social media network, let's say it's 2 cents a day or 3 cents a day, just by taking action and posting stuff. As long as they do 1 interaction a day, they make a few cents. We can fine tune this model later on, not a problem. Now, imagine this. Imagine that, golly, this is a big concept. Thank you for listening so much. And please listen to this whole entire thing. Now, imagine that, so now when you enter the social media network, you actually select tags about yourself, like anything that you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in cryptocurrency, you select that. If you're in, and these are like little micro tags or keywords that represent who you are and what you stand for. Imagine if you like crystals. Okay, I like crystals. Imagine if you like energy medicine. I like that. Imagine if you like Scarface, whatever. It could be anything out there in the world. Imagine if you like essential oils. Imagine if you like, so you're able to add all these little micro tags, we'll call them right here. Okay, we can come up with a term what those are right there. Okay, okay. So and then what this does is it becomes a filtering system. So if you like, and so as you get to know people in the social media network, you get to add different tags about that person that you know about. But it can keep it can keep discreet exactly also what those people are interested in as well. But as you do a campaign later on, it will reveal those things because it'll tie into those things. So, but my point is that you can add those tags to the system as you get to know someone, because there may be something that they didn't. Let's say the person's into, protecting themselves. I don't know. Let's just say free energy, for example, or what's another thing? Solar power, for example. And oh, he's into solar power. You add that in there or something like this, right? So you will be able to do a filter, for example, and if you decide to go to the $25 a month, which is the business aspect of this social media network. Okay, again, you're free, you're getting paid. But if you see the whole vision of Suponic and getting paid on the games and getting paid on everything, and you decide that you understand that the power of a CRM system, because I've got 12,000 people on my phone. I use a CRM system because if I fly to a different country, I hit the filter, I'll be like, okay, I'm in China today. Okay, I want to contact all my friends in China that are into cryptocurrency. And it filters out everyone that of my hundreds of people that may be in China that are involved in cryptocurrency. And then I can send an email blast immediately to those people. That's the power of a CRM system. So again, imagine a social media network that has a bolt-on of a CRM system that has never been done in the history of the world, and we are creating this right now. So, so $25 a month, that's full. That $25 is fully commissionable and goes through your social grid. So as you have just a few people on there, your service is free, and plus you're probably making a few extra $1,000 a month of all the people in your social grid alone. That's a house payment, hello, or a nice car payment for the just having that software right there. I'm very thirsty because this is a lot of information here. Now, check this out. So you see the $25 a month, you see the free version of this. Now I want to get to the advertising aspect, the power of this social media grid of a monetized social media network that has its own cryptocurrency, because obviously as we use the coin within the system, people are now falling in love with the coin because they see it setting the world free. They understand that we're contributing to through our foundation, stuff like this, and feeding the hungry and stuff like this. And we're through Suponic and doing all this stuff right now. Okay, so imagine that. Because when we use dollars, there is no benefit I don't even like to talk about those things. Okay, honestly. So imagine that. Now, imagine that. The people, now we're talking about advertising. Let's say Elon Musk comes over to Suponic Social and says, look, we will give $3,000 every time a car sails through a person's social media grid. And let's just break this down like $300 times 10 levels deep in compensation plan. Okay, we can fine tune that later on. So imagine that when you go into your social media network every single day, there's a glossary that shows all the companies that are listed within the thing and how much money you've made off of those companies right there because of people purchasing goods and services through your social media grid to like infinity below in this binary compensation plan, or however we set this part up. So let's say Tesla Motors comes over to Suponic Social and says, look, we'll pay $3,000, 10 levels deep, $300 each. So let's say a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of yours, like way down, you have no idea who this person is. okay, goes ahead and buys a Tesla Motors car, and you look at it like, dang, I made $300 off of this person, and whatever information decides to disclose, I made $300 off this guy buying a Tesla Motors car. You get, this is pretty cool. And you have the option to basically, I don't like to use the term retweet, but we can come up with a new term for that, which means that you can actually post that earnings statement on your wall, showing that in comment on that, showing that you just made $300 from Tesla Motors because a friend of a friend of a friend bought that car. And you're like, hey, congratulations to this new friend in my network that just got this Tesla car. And thank you so much, Tesla, for paying me that $300. Hey, everyone, what do you think about this car? I'm thinking about buying one. I like it. What do you guys think? Okay, and you put down your wall, and you just influence your monetized network for life right there. You give it your social media stamp of approval, as we call it, okay? And that just influenced just everyone across. You could have hundreds of thousands, if not a million people that are friends of yours that they're just like, whoa, the thousands of people saw this. Now they consider buying a Tesla Motors car. So let's say next month, 3 people in your social media grid buy a Tesla Motors car. You just made $1,000 off of that one company listed in your glossary. You guys, I will say for the record, I believe that network marketing has led all the way up to this. Again, if not this, then what? Let's talk about what has happened in the network marketing industry. Let's talk about what's happening in the consumerism space, okay? First of all, you have a whole bunch of companies out there competing against each other by lowering costs. Let's take the CBD industry, for example. It was going to be such a huge industry, but once again, everyone rushes into it. They dilute the prices down. They go ahead and do all this stuff and everything. They say ours is better. Here's why. They beat each other up. You guys know, enough of the competition like this. Collaboration is the new competition, okay? So we, again, if not this, then what? We need to find a way to go ahead and collaborate here. And how we collaborate is the companies are now going to compete to come on board on the social media platform. So let's say a CBD oil company decides to come onto our social media platform, and they strike a deal with Suponic. They say, hey, look, our CBD is $50. This is what we usually sell it for, but we're willing to give $20 of that away in commissions. So they strike a deal with Suponic. Suponic goes ahead and codes that all in the system, again through the binary compensation plan as an example of one product, and that money is going back through the social media grid every single time someone purchases. Let's go ahead and take the other day. I'll give you an example. I had a call with my friend that owns CryptoRaise. GetCryptoRaise.com. www.getcryptoraise.com. These things are badass. Being online, you need to have these. We went ahead and structured a deal to where we could give back X amount of dollars. Let's say these glasses are $80 right here, and we're able to give back $30 in commissions. Still refining the cost of this. Imagine that as we bring public awareness about if you're going to have an online life, that obviously you are, right? We don't live in caves anymore. Hello. So we're getting that money is going back through the social media grid. That's just two. I just give you 3 examples of Tesla Motors. I give you that. Imagine your coffee companies. So you guys, basically what could happen is now you can see all these great network marketing companies that have wonderful products, because that's what network marketing has done, is it's brought the most amazing. I got DNA nutrition from Euphoria. I've got frequency medicine of Healy, all these things. But you guys, and you see people get busted for cross-line recruiting. This has hurt me so bad in the past, guys, because I'm a passionate person. I like to put my name on the best. I like my friends to have the best. And I ain't a wage slave. I ain't a slave to any company. I do what I want. And when I see something that's the best of the best, I say that's me. The future of 2020 moving forward, guys, is branding yourself with the things, digitally branding yourself online. Like Ari Maccabi here on the call does a great job of branding himself. We may not agree politically. It doesn't matter. I love the guy. He's a professional. He brands himself. As I look at other online marketers on this call, I see how they brand themselves, and that's why they have success, is because people know what the person stands for, okay? Now, so you should be able, now what this does is it can create it. So let's say that, for example, Be Epic, for example, or let's take another health and wellness company, it doesn't matter which one, says, you know what, that's a cool social media thing. If I don't get on board on that with its own cryptocurrency, in collaboration is the new competition, why wouldn't I get on board on that before, let's say like, an Isogenics hops on board, or let's say before a Purium hops on board, and we can accept all those companies and come on board, but we're using leverage because of the monetized social media network and the buzz that's around, and using this tool of a social media grid and the concept of everyone for life. For life. You know what's funny? Out of the 10,000 plus people on my phone, most of these people have jumped from company to company, company to company, company to company, company to company. I know very little people that have the dream that in network marketing, and I can say honestly, the companies I pull income from, there's not one that I've been in my career that I'm still with my entire lifetime, and that saddens me because I love those companies. We all created relationships in these companies, and the missing element was monetization. So when you can monetize these companies into a social media grid, and you have the cryptocurrency, FutureNet effed up. That's why it's on my middle finger, the Futuro coin right there. They effed up, greed took over. Everything in life happens for a reason. I shed blood over that company, getting that tattoo on my finger because I believed in the cryptocurrency, but greed took over. I'm not embarrassed about that. But again, if not this, then what? Everything happens for a reason in life. And I have learned when we don't get jaded by situations and we know that we're on the right track and we pursue the thing and we share this vision, which I do with so many people, again, over 1 million people in my last company, in my downline, we are on the right track and we know this, okay? So this, going out to Jay Park, the head of Suponic, thank you so much for being so innovative. And all the cryptocurrency people and in the world, Roger Ver of Bitcoin Cash, son of Tron, TRX, Jason Son of TRX, the Winklevoss twins doing their project, Brock Pierce doing, EOS right there and stuff also. Love you, brother. Let's put our minds together. I'm going to send this to all you guys, by the way, Roger and my buddies out there, okay? But let's put a think tank together. There's nothing wrong with coming together and say, how do we do this legally? How do we do this ethically? How do we do this with full transparency? And if not this, then what? How do we do this with the highest integrity that the masses will adapt so we can actually leave the censored social media networks out there that are controlling us? We cannot have control in the world that is monitoring us and using this stuff against us. We, the people, need to own the social media platform, and this will happen. And so I have working on meditating and manifesting this project for years. And I believe now is the time to share this vision with the world right now. Okay. And I want you all to be part of it. And I want to give you another example here of going into the sports area and also the music area, because it's very important that you know the full extent of this. I already talked about the consumerism aspect. So let's go ahead and let's take the music industry let's start off the professional sports, because we already have NBA athletes and we have NFL athletes on board with us. Byron Scott, shout out to Byron Scott, LA Lakers coach, on board with us. That was with Kobe Bryant. Hello, AC Green, love you, brother. Had a great call with AC Green, the Iron Man, many times. Love you, man. Thank you so much. He's on the board of Suponic. That should tell you something. These NBA athletes are not coming on board with Suponic without legal counsel saying, hey, it's okay to be part of it. You cannot tell me any other network marketing companies where there's ever been any other pro athletes that have this many, like 10 of them right now. Okay. Travis Scott shouting out to us the other day. Hello, Travis Scott, the famous rapper that's messing with, what's that other game out there? Jeez, that game. What's that game, Rudy? I see you. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Rudy? Okay. I'm going to bring Rudy on board with us for a second, because Rudy's the bomb. Rudy is, in a second. But actually, let me finish off my music, getting the sports thing. So you guys, looking at the sports industry with COVID-19, why should we spend, this is an issue. Again, if not this, then what? Why should we spend hundreds of dollars on tickets going to a game? Let's seriously, realistically think about this right now, okay? wouldn't it make more sense if we had a financial interest in, wouldn't you partake in a system that it paid you to go ahead and, like sports betting kind of type thing, to partake in these games, and you actually had something, there's actually that you could financially win from and play through games. Like a lot of people are in sports betting. I'm not into it, but it's cool, right? Humongous networks, the soccer industry, the baseball industry, the NBA, the NFL. Think about that. We watched a few years ago. We watched a company called Fire Fan with United Games. It was a mobile app that allowed you to go ahead and partake in the games and actually win and stuff like this. And you get paid billing these networks out, and the advertising money was going to go back to the people somehow. It flopped. You know the reason why it flopped? Because it was not a monetized system that had its own currency. This is the kicker. But again, we have to look at signs, because success leaves clues in life. And we have to look at this and say, again, if not this, then what? But there was a sign from success right there that made the people go that route right there. So imagine taking all the sporting events out there in the world and you having the ability to play on your smartphone and be like, yo, all right, Maccabi, I'm going to go ahead and, or Rudy, or whoever, Brock Pierce, I'll play you a game against these guys playing soccer down in Brazil, and whoever wins this, and we're betting on different things. Again, we can fine tune that. But I've heard this business model actually going as far as to where potentially, and again, I'm open for information about this, where you could invest in the player's salary. So let's say you actually invest in the player itself instead of these, okay? You're like, that player's going to be really good in a draft pick. And as that player makes his contracts, imagine that money going back to the people, and his contracts are actually going up because the people are behind it. Just like, but look what's happened when this thing is done the wrong way. When you got homeboy taking a knee, this Jason Carbonach, or what the freaking name is. Excuse me, I'll tone it down. Okay, that's obviously because that model is done wrong. We're putting celebrities up on a pedestal that the normal everyday people, we don't have a financial interest. So if these players actually had an interest financially with the people, stuff like this getting involved in politics would never happen. So that's an solution to that right there, okay? We wouldn't see the political stuff coming in. We're so focused on creating a better future with our technology, guys, like what we can do. We're not even focused on problems. We're focused on solutions right here. So let me go ahead and use, Fortnite, our guy with Fortnite there, okay, the rapper there. Okay, just did a shout out to us. Do you know how big Fortnite is? And do you see, I like to look at trends. It's, as a futurist, that's what I am, okay? You got to look at trends. You're seeing celebrities coming on board, and like celebrities endorsing clothing lines like Kim Kardashian. Oh, hey, we are, Gucci and Chanel and stuff like this. You see rappers coming into Fortnite right here, for example. You see musicians like Moby and Paul Van Dyke and stuff coming into Fortnite. Look at the trends, guys. It's a smaller world every single day as these all comes down. I am predicting it's going to be explosion to where and Suponic is the answer to where it explodes. And it's all coming through this social media grid, because this sporting thing all ties into this and structure, guys, into that social media grid as we incorporate something like a Fire Fan business model. I've got a call with their CEO actually this week, the old CEO, because the platform failed. We have the answer to go ahead and make that now a reality. And now with all of our pro athletes that are passionate about Suponic, you think that they're not going to have some great ideas for this solution right here, everyone? Okay, so let's set sports aside for a second while I have a sip. Now we're going to move on to music in a second. Man, I had a great call the other day with a really close friend of Gene Simmons, okay? And Gene Simmons wants the best for people. There's a very good, more than likely, we're going to have a call with Gene Simmons right away here, okay? I don't want to just drop names that haven't happened yet, but I'll show you the power, 6 degrees separation. Every dud knows a stud. Information travels really fast. When we're using leverage and dynamics, persistence and consistency, leverage and dynamics is a quote that I came up with. Anything is possible. We can go ahead and apply, if not this, then what, now to the music industry. We'll go ahead and back that up with monetization plugged into blockchain. We'll take the music industry, put that sucker on right there. Now imagine this, music industry, Huge. Look what's happened. Live Nation, all these guys, do you understand like an artist makes basically no money off of a CD? That they make something like 3 cents per CD or something just silly? Do you understand that iTunes, for example, they make something like, let's say it's 12 cents and iTunes is charging $1.25. Where does all that money go, guys? Have you noticed that the money is actually going to like a globalist agenda with some of these corporations? Let's just kind of look at that American flag right there. And you know what? I actually reflected on that flag the other day. Yes, you got to know about Anonymous also. I reflected on this flag just yesterday. I looked at these corporations right here, and I looked at it and said, oh, Microsoft, what are they up to right now? Amazon. Oh, we know what's going on there. Oh, let's see here. Oh, what happened? Bank of America, what's happened there? Starbucks, we know what's going on. Oh, Walt Disney, what's happening there? Okay, what's happening there? Okay, so you guys, all right, so let's look at the music industry. Let's take Live Nation, let's take iTunes, let's go ahead and take Spotify, let's go ahead and take billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. If you take all this stuff that we're talking about right now, digital content is where we're going with this, guys, in sports and all this stuff. Look how fast it quickly turns into $2 to $3 trillion just like that. We're talking yearly. What happens when that money goes back to the people in a currency that the people own? It's the fastest currency in the world. Game over. Game over. It's a rebirth. It's a financial research. It's a debt jubilee taking place because everyone has everything. Again, I'm not saying that this Suponic is the answer. I won't say that right now. I'm welcoming a think tank, and I believe that Suponic has the ability to go ahead and make this happen because we have the funding, we have our own exchange, we have our blockchain, we have the world's fastest coin. We've already tapped into the gaming space, which is the fastest growing space in the entire world that brings in the people. We attach them to a social media network. Network is the next thing. Then we bring products on at the same time, and we have the ability to also bring in the professional sports. Now we're talking about the music space. So let's just touch base on the music space. Let's say that, for example, instead of Live Nation, let's take Paul Van Dyke, for example, okay? And Paul Van Dyke says, okay, well, we'll go ahead and we are going to give, our tickets are $60 if someone wants to go the ticket. But if selling through the social media network, we'll give $20 in commissions to the social media network and the social media grid and let these tickets go down. This will happen, guys. I promise you this. And you know what musicians know? They know other musicians. So watch how quickly this can happen right here. So as the tickets are going down through the social media, monetized social media grid, again, you're looking in your gloss, you're like, oh, cool. Paul Van Dyke made $10 off his ticket sales or $5. And as the ticket gets close to the concert taking place, like, oh my goodness, Paul Van Dyke tickets are actually really going up. Shoot, it must be close to the concert going on. You click on the tour date information, and they're like, oh, cool. Oh, guess what? Paul Van Dyke paid me enough money in Suponic cryptocurrency that I'll just go ahead and Paul Van Dyke actually accepts Suponic coin now, and I'll pay in the coin. And all those transactions, what does it do? It drives the value of the coin up. Okay, so and now imagine what's possible just taking the individual tracks also, guys. There is a way, I think you're catching the drift. Do you understand that we'll take, what's her name? Not Miley Cyrus, but we'll take Ariana Grande. My daughters love Ariana Grande. I took them to an Ariana Grande concert, okay? They loved it. It was so much fun. I was paying $60 to $80 for a sweater down there, okay? Imagine if Ariana Grande, she's on board, she's selling her tickets through us, she's selling all of her merchandise through us, they strike a deal with Suponic and say, look, we're gonna go ahead and give this much money back to the network, they're shipping it all, Suponic is just arranging the commissions going through, and we have a contract with them. It's that simple, everyone, okay? I'm going to close this video up right now, but I wanted to really paint the full picture. This is the first time I have ever in my network marketing career have put all the pieces together. This is a very special moment right now in history on Bitcoin halving day to where you all are invited to partake in the concept of blockchain meets monetization in what is possible during this time of COVID-19, where everybody is waking up and we need to focus on solutions as fast as possible. And I truly believe that this is the solution, okay? So y'all, please reach out to me, subscribe to my YouTube channel below, hit the ding button so you get my notifications, and let's put our minds together to make This basically could become the next Amazon.com. Why should Jeff Bezos have all this money when this money could go through a social media grid of all these great companies that want to come on board and distribute their goods and give back the earnings back to the people? And I'm not talking through the stock exchange. I'm talking about things going through and you looking at your nice little clean social grid and all that money flowing in every single day, and you're just chilling back. Now look how, I want to leave this in closing. Imagine going, this monetized system going down through our children. I've got 2 daughters, ages 7 and 12. Love them with all my heart. They are freaking my why. This is my why right here. Okay? Those little girls right there with me half the week. I've always said that my children will not grow up in a fiat money system. And guess what? Therefore, yours won't either. Okay? Because we have been through this. We know what's going on here. So imagine that social media grid, plugging your children into it. And as this thing continues, because it's a pyramid, it will never break ever, ever, ever. With blockchain in it and a cryptocurrency, it will never break. And we make it the intention as a collective consciousness that we make it to where it will never break. We work with regulators to make sure it will never break. We show from a humanitarian effort to the United Nations or whoever out there that this is the answer to what is going on and the good that it will do in the world right now, guys. Okay? So please share this video with everyone. So my point is, wrapping that up, is that imagine having that social media grid. As soon as your baby's born, guess what? They're in the social media grid with you. And as they become friends, as they get older, no pressure, and they become more acquaintances, it grows and grows and grows as more people come on earth. It's a never-ending social grid that keeps going, that the global distribution of goods flows through it in complete abundance, self-sustaining mankind with the great companies out there that want to go ahead and not compete, but want to go ahead and be part of our collective consciousness. That is what it's about. You guys, and in doing so, we will raise our frequency vibration of the world to where we will have abundance and more love in the world, which will hold families more together because it will not be a fragmented system. You cannot have a fragmented system when you have monetization at the core of it as the concrete, the rebar, the infrastructure right there with blockchain in it for the transactions and Suponic coin putting it all together just like that. You guys, thank you so much for listening to this. Please spread this to the biggest names that you know in cryptocurrency. And this is not a sales pitch. This is a collective conscious effort, think tank, where we're putting great minds alike. And I'm actually going to be starting, we have a Facebook group that you're all welcome to. This is our Suponic group. I'll put the link also so you guys can join this and start contributing and watch as the company evolves right now. But thank you so much for your time today in getting it through your head fully what is possible and why monetization is the next technology beyond blockchain. Thank you.